Basically, what you have here is a mixture of two of the chemicals that we use. You have sodium hypochlorite, which is essentially diluted bleach, and ferric sulfate. We use these two chemicals on a regular to treat our water. They're just, however, not supposed to be mixed together. So there was some type of internal conflict that happened there, which caused an offset gas to be released. And because of that, we did have to transport several people to local hospitals as a precaution. As for the water, right now, there is no threat to the water. So you can continue to use water. We haven't issued a boil water alert or anything like that. We are working with different municipalities here, by Birmingham Fire and Rescue, along with the different police municipalities, because we are monitoring the air for the off-gas solution that has been released. Again, there is no immediate danger threat, so we don't want to cause a panic, but we do have the situation under control. Hazmat is here on the ground along with our professionals to make sure the situation stays rectified. The good news is that reaction, for the most part, is still being contained within inside that building, and we'll work to make sure it stays that way as we go into the release. So if you don't have to be outside right now, if you're in the area, stay inside. But there is no immediate danger. We just know that some people suffer from different respiratory issues that could offset something, but right now there is no immediate danger.
You mentioned these chemicals shouldn't be mixed. How did that happen?
Right now we're still investigating that. Our priority right now is to make sure things are safe and our customers are safe, our water supply is safe, and those things have been checked point right now. We will investigate as the process goes along.
Rick, has anything like this happened before?
Has anything happened like this before? Not recent, I would say. So anytime that you're treating water, there are a lot of steps to that. We have our employees doing it along with several contractors. So anytime you have people operating anything, there leaves room from error, even with professionals. So accidents happen every day. We're not really sure exactly what caused this, but we do know it was the mixture of those two components that caused an offset gas.
Any update on the condition of those 14 people first sent to the hospital?
We don't have an update on their condition. Preliminary, though, it was non-life-threatening preliminary. We have made contact with those. We have a number of contractors here all the time working. As you know, we're undergoing a major renovation at Shays Mountain Filter Plant. So just as a precaution, we are making sure that everybody is safe, and that's why we're having so many people transported out. But we have the situation under control. Again, Hazmat is on the ground.
You mentioned that the water was safe. If this is an area where there have been some evacuations of precaution, how are they able to treat the water if we're having to take people out?
We have several water treatment plants, 4 to be exact. So just in case if one has to be shut down for any immediate reason, we have several backups, and that's what's going on here. Please note that the water has not been contaminated, so there is no reason to shut down anything. The only thing that we're doing right now is making sure that that offset gas is being diluted and properly diluted without causing any public harm.
And just walking through all the numbers again. So how many total people have been transported, beginning with the first set to now this new set?
Initially 15 people, one including an employee of Birmingham Water Works, and the rest, I think they're saying between 35 to 40 may possibly be just transported to local hospitals to be checked out to make sure that everything's okay.
How would you summarize the handling of this situation? We've had lots of different agencies here.
I think it speaks to, the professionalism behind it. Not only Birmingham Water Works, we do this every day, day in and out, but just our local municipalities, our first responders. We're trained to do this. They are trained to do this type of thing. And so you will see all the theatrics with the lights and the sirens, but this is what we're trained to do to handle situations like this. We have internal training throughout the year with our employees just in case something like this happens. So we don't have a panic on our side, but we want to make sure that our customers, who are our priority right now, share that same sentiment.
And speaking of giving people all around here just peace of mind, what do you want to say to them about this?
We just appreciate your patience. Accidents happen, even with the best, but we are making sure that this is not something that we're taking lightly. Although we're saying that we have the situation under control, our main message we want the public to know is that we definitely have the situation under control, and we are making sure all avenues are crossed and cleared before we dismiss here today. So we just want to thank our customers for standing with us throughout this. Again, not exactly sure what happened. We just know that those two chemicals were mixed and they weren't supposed to. But as far as the water supply, it's still clean, safe, and ready to use.
Do you
So-
know if this
Traffic
started
being
in or
rerouted off
near
of
the liquid
280?
chlorine tanks?
You're asking traffic?
Yeah, off 280.
Working with the fire and rescue and Homewood Police right now, as a precaution, they have shut down an area of Highway 280 to Lakeshore, and that's just for air monitoring. Not to say that people are being evacuated at this point or anything like that, but they just want to make sure the air is still good and clean for people to just be outside and breathe. We have churches, daycares, that sort of thing in the area. So everybody is doing their part to make sure we take that proper precaution.
And so far, just to clarify, is the air still safe to breathe?
As of now, yes, absolutely. We won't have any reason to come out and say that, hey, it's a danger. We're not evacuating anyone right now. But then again, it's not just the Birmingham Water Works. We're working with several agencies here. And if there is a point where we have to evacuate or we have to clear off a perimeter, we definitely will let you know.
Did this happen in or near the liquid chlorine tanks?
3300 Cahaba Road.
Say it for me again.
Did this happen in or near the liquid chlorine tanks?
Yes, it was a mixture of that bleach substance with the ferric sulfate.
And at this point, do you know if 280 will be open again once air quality control tests come back clear? Is that what the plan is right now?
Absolutely, yes. So right now they're just temporarily shutting down this perimeter just to control, monitor the air control to make sure that everything is safe. But yes, of course, as soon as everything is clear, this area will be back open.
I'm receiving reports of a doctor's office being evacuated at 3300 Cahaba Road. Is that related to this?
I can't confirm that as of now. What I've been told from Birmingham Fire and Rescue, no evacuations have taken place.
Any idea how long this shelter in place will last for the immediate area?
The
Shelter in place, asking people to stay in their homes might be a better question for the fire department.
Well, we're not really asking people to stay in their homes, but what I'm saying to you is people have different respiratory issues, and it's that time of year. As you can see, I'm stuffy myself. So if you don't have to be outside, it probably would be a good idea to stay inside for now until we can get everything cleared. But there is no danger, as from the information that we've collected so far, there isn't an immediate danger, so we aren't evacuating at this point, and we're not giving anyone strict rules. But because we do have people with different underlying issues, it may be a good idea to stay in until this is all clear.